Blow it. We can do this. Let's get an 8, a 4 and a 4. Oh, why do I always have a story for everything? I wish I didn't, to be honest. Well, hello friends. How are we all? I haven't sat down and done a weekly cash stuffing in 3 to 4 weeks, I think. So I'm not only bringing you 1 week of cash stuffing today, not even 2. I have 3 weeks to catch up on. Did I do this intentionally? I don't even know. I just decided that I wasn't really in the mood to cash stuff for the last 3 weeks. I didn't have much to do. And what better way to save money than just not putting it in your purse in the first place? So all the money was in cash. Because I hadn't stuffed it, I didn't really have a way to spend it, nor did I need to have it in my purse for anything. So I think it worked out well. And now we have a huge cash stuffing week. So I've just done my budget cheat sheet. I am ready to go. Oh, I need to show you my new nails. So obviously these have been around for a while, but I'm only showing you guys now. Also got some new jewelry. Actually, it's just this. The other thing's earrings, but you can't see that. But yeah, my nails are like kind of green with like a purple chrome oil spill thing going on. Absolutely love them. I have not had a chance to make myself new envelopes. I got a new cash stuffing purse for Christmas, which I will reveal probably next week. Hopefully, maybe the week after. We'll see. Life is hectic because we went from being a 2-person household to a 10-person household because we have 8 dogs. No, sorry. It's 11. We have 9. We have 9 dogs. So I will get into that. I will let you know how hectic life has been. But let me get the money out and we can count what we have. So we have to take out weeks 1, week 2, and week 3. So we're nearly unstuffing the full binder, but hey, it made it a very quick month. So I am not complaining. And this will be a fun week because we'll have lots of money to play with. So we shall just organize these quickly. How was your guys' Christmas? I hope everybody had a good one. We are now in that weird limbo week in between Christmas and New Year's. It's not my favorite time, to be honest, just because, I don't know, it's always, you have nothing to do, but you also feel like everything's hectic. And yeah, not that I'm like running to get back to work or anything. That's not the case whatsoever, but it doesn't feel like time off for the week between Christmas because although I'm doing nothing, I feel like I have loads to do. I also feel like I'm on the countdown of going back to work. And yeah, does anybody else feel like that, or does everybody else love the week in between Christmas and New Year's? So what we are working with today is 51, 52, 53. I'm going to get my calculator now because I know myself. So that one was 300. We have 20, 40, 60. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. 1, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. 2, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. So that was 290, I think. I'll know in a sec. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 200. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95. That's the third 100, 300. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. That is perfect because we were looking for 990 for those 3 weeks. So that is what we are playing with today, but we have a lot of retrospective stuffing to do. Couldn't get that out. Okay, so we'll start with the purse. So we're still working with my flappy envelopes for the minute, but I will get around to making some new ones for my new purse. So 3 weeks of spending money is equal to 120. So I'm just going to do that in the smallest change possible for the minute. But we will do 3 rolls of the Infinity Challenge to make up for what we missed. Dates is going to get 45. So I'm going to go with 4 10s and a 5. Oh, what? Here, yeah, okay. I'm out of practice now. So you have 10, 20, 30, 45. And we do have plans this weekend, so it doesn't hurt that I've actually skipped cash stuffing, because now I have a little nest egg here in the purse without dipping into wallet reserves. Same with fun. 10, 20, 30, 40. So we decided for New Year's, we're not really... we don't really go out or anything like that, so we decided we would go to the cinema. So we're going to go see the new Hayao Miyazaki movie, The Boy and the Heron, and then we're going to go to a Thai restaurant for dinner. And we'll probably be home before 8 o'clock, and that is my definition of a good time. Food then will be getting 60. Because that is 3 weeks of food. Alright, so that is the purse stuffed for the minute. Then we come into my binder. So I have done a good bit of spending out of here, and I will explain what we have done. So first of all, we're going to put 150 into beauty. That's the last of my 50s, we'll just go with that. So we have 50, 1, 50, 60, 75, 85, 95, 200, and 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 300, and 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. So it's 340 in hair and beauty now, which is great. So how this ended up going down a bit. So the week that I finished up work, I just had a full scale mental breakdown. I decided I needed to get a load of things done, otherwise I was going to lose my mind. So I got my hair done. I got a pedicure. The pedicure was somewhat necessary because I have an LED lamp that I normally do my own pedicures with at home. But the last time I did it, I did everything I was supposed to do to my feet, all ready to go, put the first layer of gel on, and then plugged in the LED lamp, and the timer came on, but the lights didn't. So nothing happened. So yeah, I had to wipe it off in the moment. I didn't run to the pedicure place and tell them to cure it, but I had to get a pedicure because I couldn't fix my own feet. So that's how that went down. I also got a laser treatment done. So there's a bit of backstory to this one. I have this red dot in the middle of my nose, like on the kind of bony part of the nose bridge. But it's that kind of spot. I don't know if you can see this. You know this little spot here that when you kind of move over it, the blood runs out of it, but then it reappears? So I have one of those on the bridge of my nose, and it kind of showed up maybe 1.5 years, 2 years ago. And I never knew what it was, but it kind of got to a point where it was just annoying me because it was all I could see on my face. So I did a bit of research, and I found a place near me with dermatologists, and I went in to talk to one of them, and they said that it looked like trauma to the nose. And we were trying to figure out what it could be. And then a cord rung. So I don't think I've told you guys this story before, but about two years ago, is it nearly 3 years ago now? I think it's nearly 3 years ago. So we have a garage off the side of our house that we have some like weightlifting equipment in. And at the time we had, you know, like the gymnastic Olympic ring things. And my housemates at the time were doing pull-ups with it, and they were trying to get me to do pull-ups, but I can't do them. Like, I'm not that, I don't do pull-ups. Like, I'm not that strong. And they were like, oh, put a resistance band underneath your legs, and, you know, that'll give you some assistance. So we did that, and on the very first pull-up, it snapped up and smashed me in the eye. And it hit me so hard that it ripped out half my eyelashes on one eye. It clearly hit my nose, so that's where we think that the dot came from. I kind of burst a blood vessel. And then there's another piece to it, but I'll get to that for a different envelope because I'm undergoing a whole thing right now. But basically, a couple of days later, there was like a spot over my vision in that eye. And I went to A&E and they told me that I needed to go to a specialist eye hospital. Went out there. I think I got there about 12 o'clock in the day. And it was during the pandemic, so you couldn't sit in the emergency room. You had to sit outside. It wasn't cold, so it wasn't too bad. But you had to join like a wait list and then they'd call you in when they were going to see you. And at the exact time that they rang me, a fire alarm went off in the hospital. So they rang me at about 4 o'clock. But my phone never rang because when a fire alarm goes off in the hospital, all the systems shut down. So my phone never rang and I never got invited in. And as the day was going on, I was losing vision in that eye. So I went fully blind in that eye. And I was just sitting and just wouldn't stop like pumping out tears. And it wasn't even sore. It was just weird. And yeah, so I was sitting out there until about 11 o'clock at night and I kept harassing, the person who was with me kept harassing the security guard outside to be like, she has been here for coming up to 12 hours. She's going blind in one eye. Like, why haven't we been seen? And yeah, they brought me in eventually, had a look at my eye, figured out that I had caused a bleed in my eye. So what they explained to me was like, your eyeball is like a snow globe. And when you shake it up, all the snow goes everywhere. But in this case, the snow is blood and it is blocking my vision. So what they had to do is prescribe me a heap of eye drops and I could do no activity. I wasn't allowed to watch TV or read because that would mean I was moving my eyes back and forth and stirring up the snow globe again. So that happened about 3 years ago. Now my vision returned to complete normal. I didn't have any sort of impairment in my vision because of it. It all went back to normal, so it was fine. However, since then, this dot has showed up on my nose, which we now think may be as a result of that. And the other thing I will get to in just a second. First of all, we shall put €30 into kombucha. I am going to be left with all fives in a minute. So in here right now we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, €11, and now we're adding 30. So we now have €41 in kombucha, which is amazing. Health is the next one I'm getting onto. So also what I have had in the meantime since this happened with my eye is the inner corner of the eye that was hit where your tear duct is, that seemed to develop something like a sty at one point in the last 2 years. And I did everything you're supposed to do for a sty to get rid of it. And it went down, well, it didn't go down. I was left with a hard lump in it. It's just not infected anymore, but I cannot get rid of the hard lump on my inner eyeball, inner eyelid. So I finally managed to get an appointment with I actually don't know what this person is. Is he an optician, an optometrist? I'm not sure exactly, but he's going to have a look and see can they like operate on it, or I don't know what they need to do. It makes me feel sick to think about what they might have to do to my eye. But anyway, what I need to do is I need to save up money for the consultation in January. So I'm going to put 50 in here. We may as well do it in fives to get rid of some. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, and 50. So yeah, I'm not really looking forward to that because I'm very squeamish when it comes to my eyes and my ears. So I don't think it's going to be a fun time, but I'd be very excited to get rid of these things because they're just kind of like, they're probably not that noticeable to anybody outside of me or my family, but they annoy me and they've been around for ages and it wasn't really explained, and now it all looks like it was related to one thing in the first place. So we have 100 and 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, and 55. In health, I think the consultation they said is going to cost 140, but I do think my insurance will cover any procedure that I need to get done. So that is great. Clothing today is going to get a 10. We're giving it 10. Oh, because I spent all the money ordering a whole new wardrobe, which I am very, very happy with. Can I wear any of it right now? No, because we have 9 dogs that are destroying everything. But yeah, so going out is also skipped. Then we have laser, pedicures, and Pilates, so we can skip all that. So I will make sure to insert some footage of our dog, well, she's not our dog, the foster dog, and the 8 puppies. I keep getting confused. So she had 9 puppies, but one unfortunately passed away. I'm trying to think what's the last thing I updated you guys on. I think last time I spoke about this, we were supposed to be getting a pregnant dog, but she gave birth 3 days before we were supposed to pick her up. So they waited an extra week, then gave her to us. And she's a really sweet dog. She's really lovely. The puppies are 3 weeks and 2 days old now, so they're all up and walking around. They're starting to get weaned off her milk. But yeah, I'm glad we've done it. It's a good experience. Would I recommend? Not necessarily. I am very glad we did it because I'm now no longer romanticizing the idea of having a dog. Now, maybe having one dog is very different to having 9, but I think it's kind of put us back in our place a little bit as to how much work a dog is. Like, she's really well looked after. Like, we love having her, and we're looking after her really, really well. But yeah, it's a lot of work. So we're going over to sinking funds.
It's newness.
But yeah, they're very cute. They're starting to get playful and rowdy, and it's very fun. I imagine by the time it comes to giving them back, it's going to be quite upsetting, but also a little bit of a happy release. So we're doing 30. I'm going to just go with 5s for the minute to try and keep some bigger change for our challenges. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Into car tax, which puts us at 150, 5, 60, 65, 70, 75, and 80. So that is great. I think I might need to start putting a bit more into car insurance because I, for some reason, convinced myself that next year I would take my fiance off my insurance because he'd have his own, but I just don't know if that's a good shout. So I'd say it's probably going to be the same price it was this year, which was, I think it was 600 or 700 euro, but I was aiming for 3, so we'll sort that out. But we need 30 for here too. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30. But yeah, part of the reason that I probably haven't been in the mood for cash stuffing, and well, on top of the fact that I just knew it would be beneficial to skip a few weeks so I'd have, wouldn't have spent that much money, is just the amount of time and effort that we need to put into the dogs. So like, our lives are taken over with that at the minute. Everything we own and love is dog haired. So there's just so many aspects to like keeping things clean, giving them attention, making sure they're fed, picking up after them. There's just a lot, but we have some good memories and good funny stories already. So we have 155, 65, 75, and 80. And I do think we're going to have them till the end of February because I was reading the little booklet that they gave me. They didn't give me a whole lot of information, to be honest, when I was picking up the dog. All I was told was that she was a good girl. So they were kind of like, she's a good girl, take her and run, goodbye. So house is getting 10. Yeah, they just kind of, the second I got to the shelter, they kind of, were handing her over, giving me a box of puppies, of which they said there was 7, but there was actually 8. I really don't think it makes that much of a difference when they're that small anyway. Anything more than 1 is overwhelming, so it doesn't really matter if it's 2 or 10. But yeah, and then when I got home, I was reading the booklet, and it says that they get vaccinated at 8 weeks, which will bring us to the end of January. They need their second rounds of vaccinations 2 weeks after that, so that's mid-February, and they can go back to the shelter for rehoming a week after that. So that brings us up to the end of February, which is a lot longer than I thought we were going to have them. And I don't know if the dog's name is Bonnie, the mammy. I don't know if we're going to have her that long. I don't know what the process is, because she does have an adopted, like a family that have adopted her. It was just when she went back in for her final checkup before the adoption that they realised she was pregnant. And so the adoptive family must not have wanted a pregnant dog or all the puppies. So they said to keep her for a bit longer, and that's why she needed to come to us. But I don't know, does she have to stay with them till they're fully vaccinated? Or will her adoptive family take her sometime in the meantime and we'll be left with a load of puppies? I honestly don't know what the story is. I probably should have asked more questions, but it was quite the overwhelming experience, to be honest. So Christmas, we're going to put 20 in here. Again, going back to the 5s. That's 5, 10, 15, and 20. This is to get started for next Christmas. And also then obviously it turned the Christmas plans upside down a little bit as well, which was fine. But this was my first year where I didn't stay over at my parents' house for, you know, Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. We spent Christmas Eve in our house because originally before we got the dogs, we were thinking we'd just bring them with us to my mum and dad's. But once after actually meeting the dogs and realizing how much hassle that would be, we decided just to stay here for Christmas Eve and then go to my mum and dad's on Christmas Day for Christmas dinner and everything, hang around there for a bit and then come home and then drive back on Stevens's day for like a games kind of day and then come back. But yeah, it's just, honestly, I know it's probably, I don't mean it to be insulting to compare it to having a child. I've never had a child. I have had little sisters. But just that constant thing in the back of your head of you need to get home to the dog. When you wake up in the morning, the first thing you're thinking isn't, oh, let me watch a YouTube video. It's get downstairs and let the dog out. So it's just a constant thing in the back of your mind. So technology, we are giving this a 10. I'm going to start trying to build up technology a little bit because I think I want to get the Dyson Airstraight when it comes out. So that's where I think this is going to go. So we now have 50, 70, 80, and 90. I don't think that's launching in Europe until early 2024, and I don't know how early either. So we'll see how we go. Future Husband is getting a 10 today. So we now have 50, 65 in Future Husband. Giveaway, we are going, oh my god, I forgot I have so many coins in here. We have 20 going into giveaway. Again, we'll opt for the 5s. I'm not sure if I know how much is in here in coins. I think that's 10. And there's 20. So it's 30 euro in giveaway now, I think. I don't care to count the coins. And then everyone else in here is done. Okay, and now we have lots of fun in here. This is a very heavy binder from all the coins that we distributed from our 100 envelope challenge. So we will start out with infinity. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to roll a dice and we're just going to go, okay, no, do you know what I'll do? For the fun of it, we'll still roll this. If it comes up blank though, I'm rolling again. Because we did enough time skipping this. Also, infinity has been depleted because I used this money to go get my hair done. Also, as if I don't have a story about that too, I decided to just get my hair covered again in brown. So my hair had kind of faded back to, my virgin hair is kind of a medium brown. It was brown from root to about halfway down my hair, and then the rest of my hair from about mid-neck down to collarbone was kind of, it used to be platinum, but it was covered in brown, so it kind of washed up to kind of like a yellow caramel. I don't even know how to explain what it looked like. So I just got it all covered in brown, and I decided to get some highlights around my face as well, but the front of my hair burnt off. So, why do I always have a story for everything? I wish I didn't, to be honest. But yeah, the front of my hair burnt off, so I don't have layers or anything. Or well, I probably have a few in the back, but they're not intentionally there. I don't have face framing layers. I try to keep everything all one length. But I now have what you could probably consider to be like very, very wispy curtain bangs, but they're not cut in, they're burnt in. So I have also depleted, I can't speak, oh my god, depleted the beauty fund for some hair restoration products also, because I can't do anything in life without something going wrong. So where are we going? We're going into the infinity challenge. My purse is now in my lap and we are ready to go. So we're up here. Let's see what happens. I'm not going to get you to blow because I don't want the good luck. Please don't be offended, but I want to put some money back in here. Oh, so we have a +6, which is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we're taking a fiver out. Okay, we'll just keep that in mind and then we will get the total in a sec. So next round, we are going from here. We're doing -4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, so we're on 30. Okay, that's a fat one. I'm happy with that. So that's 30. And then for our last one, that was a blank. So will we just roll this one? Will we see if we're on +or -5? That's what we'll do. Oh, blank 5 again. No, thank you. +5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 20. So that's 50. Cool. Okay, I'm happy with that. I'm just happy to get anything back in here, to be honest. Especially when you have a big fund like that. It just doesn't feel nice. I don't know. 50. And then there's 70 left in here. Wow. Okay. So we're going to do 50. I'll see what I'll do with that later. Yeah, I'll figure that out. But so 50 back into infinity. I don't know when's the last time we've opened this to put money in it. So we now have 50, 60, 70, 80, 95, 100, 5, 10, 15, and 20. Okay, so knockout 9. Every time I go to do this, I lose a Sharpie. My fiance was slagging me because there's Sharpies all over the house because I don't know what I do with them, but I leave them everywhere and I can never find them. One moment, please. Okay, I have one. So we should be doing 3 rows of knockout 9. This is a very heavy envelope because, as you can see, I have a bounty full of coins. Actually, don't forget to move the magnet on our infinity challenge for once, because it's been there for weeks. Okay. So, knockout 9. Let's see how we go. I'm trying to pick up all my dice. Ooh. So we have 4 and 4. So we shall go with 7 and 1. 3. Oh. Okay. 1 and 5 is 6. Maybe it's not a good idea to get rid of your 1 so early in the game. 2 and 2 is 4. 1 and 4 is 5. Oh my god, why can't I keep it in? 2 and 3, so nope, we are going... I'm not going to calculate that just yet. I'm just going to go for the next 2 lines and then we can do a bulk calculation. So this one we have 5, so let's go straight for the 5. 6 and 2 is 8. So we do 6 and 2? Yes. Five and 1 is 6. Uh-oh. That's 7. Nope, looks like we're going for the whole hog. And then our final row, 5, 6, 7. So let's go for a 5 and a 2. Ooh, what are you? 3 and 1 is 4. I'm not going to take away my 1 again. Let's see how we keep going. 6 and 6 is 12. So it's going to be a 9 and a 3. 1 and 6 is 7. Do we do 1 and 6 or we do 7? Ooh. Let's do 1 and 6. I'm intentionally trying to get high numbers today because I just want to fill up these challenges because I haven't done them for weeks. So 5 and 2 is 7. Oh my god, come on, 8. Last time I thought I shut the box, I'd made a mistake. Although somebody did mention that because of my mistake, I would have actually shut the box had I realised my mistake. So, okay, blow it. We can do this. Let's get an 8. A 4 and a 4. Oh wait! Oh no, what am I talking about? Okay, that was embarrassing. I was thinking 4 so hard that when I saw 4, I was like, I win. I don't. It's 8. You saw nothing. Okay, so my calculator says that we're doing 2. Okay, so we've got 2, 8, and 9 on the first row. Is that right? 2, 8, and 9? Yep. Second row is 1, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9. 1, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9. Really? Wow. I got all the numbers on that one. And then this one is just 8. €59. Okay. So I'm going to go 5s again. Oh, maybe I shouldn't stuff this challenge with 5s considering how many coins there are. So let's go 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and I'll take €1 back. And put my 50 in. Do I know how much's in there? Nope, I don't. We can count that when we finish the challenge, because I am not about to count all these coins up every week. I could put a sticky note in, couldn't I? But no, doesn't matter. And I forgot the challenge. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. Right. Wild card. Oh. So we need to pull 3 cards out of wild card. I think I'm just going to pull 3. I don't think I'm going to keep putting them back in and shuffling. So we'll just see what 3 cards do. A little bit of a tarot sitch. Even though this isn't the tarot card challenge. I keep nearly going onto Etsy and buying those challenges, but I'm proud of myself for not doing it. Speaking of that, I suppose it's probably just, well, is it impulsive? I don't know. I have deleted my Instagram, as in deleted the app. The account, my Bad Gal Budgets account, is still there. The entire reason being I just don't think social media is good for me. So I'm purely YouTube. I don't think it's good for me. I don't think it's good for me to, like, no matter what you do, even though I was only following cash stuffing accounts, Instagram will still show me things that I don't want to see. And whether that be, there's a multitude of things, you know what I mean? It's bad things in the world that I don't want to see. There can be, you know, obviously the algorithm figures out what you like, you know what I mean? For what you're watching, what you're consuming, even if you're not following, subscribing, liking, commenting, it still figures it out. And naturally, the things that I like to watch tend to be people I want to be more like, and then I just fall into this comparison loop and feeling bad about myself. And I just think it's best for me to not be on Instagram, just because it brings negativity into my life that I don't want. So if you see me not being active there, that's why. I think I'll leave it. I had, prior to starting this YouTube channel, I had deleted all social media for about 2.5 years. And then I started this YouTube channel. I was watching YouTube intermittently in that time, but once I started this channel, then I went back on Instagram, and yeah, it's just exhausting to me, and I'm so much happier when I'm not. So if you haven't ever done a social media cleanse and gotten away for it for a while, and if the idea of it scares you, all the more reason to give it a go. Doesn't mean you can't ever go back, but you might find that once you've left it for a couple of months, maybe a year, when you actually go back to it, you're like, why did I do this? So I have many opinions on that, but that's just what I'm doing for me. I think that's what's best for me. So I'm going to go with this one, and this one, and we shall see what the damage is. So we have 70, 90, oh, and king. Oh my god, okay. Oh, okay. Oh, I asked for this, so it's fine. So king is 100, 90 and 70 is 260 euro. Do I even have that left is the question. So that's, I'm gonna have an IOU here, haven't I? 260, okay. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110. 115, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 200. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Okay, I think I have enough. I'm just going to count that one more time just to be sure. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 200, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, and 60. Okay, that's nice that we didn't have to IOU. And speaking of IOU, I just remembered I think there's a nasty one hiding down the back for me. So let's pop this in here. And we've no 10s for Piggy. And there's our lovely completed 100 envelope. That won't get cleaned until I have money to go back into it. What do we have left? We have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30. Okay. But I think we have, right, so this was an IOU of 16. Then I did something. I can't remember what the something was. So what I'm going to do is I think I only owe this. I think I put 10 in here. So I owed it 6. And then I believe I might have thrown an extra 2 in here at one point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in a 5 because I know that's going to square me. Do I know how much is in here? Nope. We're dealing with a load of coins again. So that'll be counted at another point in future. Oop. Oh, some of my envelopes are very unhappy with me right now. So do we want to try snakes, or I think I might do some jars. So what do we have? If we have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, we could do 2 jars. We could do 16 because that's the only one in here that's going to be 20. And we could do 5. That sounds good to me. So we're going to do 5 and 16. And I'll just get my jars. Okay. Oh, and my €1. What will we do? Will we just throw it back into the... I don't even know why we bothered taking it out of Knockout 9. We'll just pop that back in there. Okay. So yeah, I hope everybody enjoyed their Christmas anyway and had a good time, or if it wasn't a good time for you, I'm sorry. I hope the new year will be better. So here's my jars. I don't know if you can hear, Bonnie is outside the door right now trying to get in. So I don't even know if she can get into this room. 5, 10, 15, 20. Oh, she's smashing her ass into the door. It's okay. She'll get lots of attention when I leave. But yeah, she's not impressed sometimes. She does like a lot of attention. She does get jealous of her puppies. She's a very good mom. She's very good at feeding them, very good at keeping them clean, going to them when they cry and everything, which makes our job somewhat easier. But she does need a lot of attention. She's quite a nervous dog, but we don't know her history and neither do the shelter. So I think that's fair enough. We don't know if she was abandoned. They also don't think it's her first litter of puppies based on how well she's doing. So I'm trying to make sure I roll these all the right way because last time I really made life difficult. Yeah, So that's our jars done, and that is us stuffed for the first 3 weeks, 3/4 of the month. So I will see you again next week. And yeah, I hope you have a great week, guys. Bye.